What's up, YouTubers? Today's story is about police-involved fatal shootings in Oregon. This is David John Engebretson, and he was parked on a side street about 3:10 a.m. I don't know if it's illegal to park on a side street at a certain time in the morning in Oregon, but apparently in Oak Grove it seems to be. He was at 14700 Southeast Rupert Way on a small side street leading to a church, and an officer came across his parked vehicle, ran the plates, and saw that the car belonged to somebody with an outstanding warrant for an identity theft and an unlawful use of a weapon. So neighbors were woke by the sound of gunfire. One neighbor said the officers busted through her fence and got on top of her doghouse for a better vantage point, at which point there was a barrage of gunfire, and the final story was a man killed himself at the same time that deputies opened fire. Apparently, he so-called shot himself 5 times. I'd like to know if the autopsy found any gunpowder residue on his hands. And he was found in the passenger seat, and there was 2 open cans of Mike's Hard Lemonade. Now, I don't know about you, but sounds to me like somebody else was in his vehicle with him. So, I wonder if he ever was even alive while they were wanting him to get out of the car. He might have even been dead already. Who knows? But sure sounds odd to me that he's in the passenger side of his own car and there's 2 open cans of Mike's Hard Lemonade. I find that hard to believe. So there we have a 50-year-old white man shot dead by police. On a side note, this is Derek Engebretson. The reason why I got into him is because the last name is so different. I wanted to find out more about the first story, see if he had any kind of background. But I came across that in 1998, this little boy had gone missing. Now, he has the same name as the subject in this story, Engebretson, and I just thought that's just not a common name. He had gone hiking with his family, and in 1998, never been found again. This man, they had suspected of being the culprit. As it turns out, he had been a corrections officer in the youth detention facility and was molesting kids there. Now, look at the size of this guy. He's about almost a foot taller than this corrections officer there. And here he is as a corrections officer in a youth facility molesting children. But he had molested a 15-year-old there, and apparently, I guess that children in a government-run facility have only 6 months to report if they've been sexually molested, and only 2 years to file charges or suit. I find that so incredible to believe. The only reason why that child molester is serving any time is because when he had gotten out on bail that his disgusting mother posted for him because of the rape in the youth facility, a week before he was due to be in front of a judge for charges on that, he kidnapped a 10-year-old and assaulted him and then slit his throat and left him for dead on the side of a road somewhere, and he was found. And that's why he's in prison now. So, once again, the justice system provides immunity, as it appears, for government workers in a youth facility that are molesting children. I mean, if you're 8 or even 12 or you don't have any family anywhere that is going to listen to you, I mean, can you imagine having to go to the authorities in the facility where you are? Or even, what if they are the ones perpetrating the molestation? Who do you go to? Who do you tell? So when you become an adult and you get out, you can't get any justice? I wonder how many are going unpunished because of that law. I can't believe that. 6 months to report it. 6 months and 2 years to file charges. Unreal. Unreal. My God, what is wrong with this system? The qualified immunity doctrine needs to be repealed. Here it says new employees are screened by checking the state child abuse registry. You mean they weren't before? I'll never get over the things that I've learned while doing this research, including the qualified immunity doctrine. That's one of the things that I did not know about until I started to do the research on police-involved shootings. So I'm telling you now, it's not a race thing. It is the qualified immunity doctrine. It has to be repealed. If you're out there in the streets and you're protesting about police brutality, but you're not mentioning the qualified immunity doctrine, then you don't care about police brutality.